And we are live. What is going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's here, I really appreciate it. Anybody that's watching this on the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. What a win. What a great win by the Lakers here. Now, I really needed to see this, right? We got a 4-game road trip. The Lakers have been not great with just winning on the road. They have the Suns game, which is great, and then they have the Portland game, both of which were in-season tournament games. So this was like the first like road win where we go in, play a good team, and rattle off this win that isn't an in-season tournament win. So I loved what we saw here. Look, the refs, man, these refs tried to give this game away to the Cavs. Like, I just want to rant here for a second. There is no way, zero, zip, zilch, no way that LeBron James, that foul call got overturned. They really said that wasn't a foul? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what is this? I was fuming when that happened. And of course, when that happens, what ends up going on the other end, boom, big three. All of a sudden, they go on a run. They had a chance to tie it. Luckily, the guy missed the free throw. Otherwise, it's a tie game. Right? It just changed all the momentum. It shifted everything for the Lakers. Luckily, we were able to get through that. Luckily, we were able to ride the storm and pull out this W. Because, man, if we would have lost this game because the refs overturned that LeBron call, because now you're talking like LeBron goes shoots 2 free throws, it's an 8-point game. This game's completely different, right? And luckily, again, luckily the Lakers were able not to collapse and pull that out, because that was a huge momentum shift, right? I mean, they go down, hit a big 3 right after, right? Huge change. Not a perfect game. Obviously, we could have been better, but guys really stepped up. Christian Wood, I made a video about it earlier, right? These minutes without Cam Reddish, without Rui, without guys like that, this is Wood's opportunity to really step up and thrive for the Lakers. Max Christie, man, we got to talk about him. I might, after this live stream, make a video about Christie, because that dude was huge for us today, big this game. But it was great to see everybody step up, team effort. Anthony Davis played great, but we also got him the ball. We made an effort to get AD the ball, even in the fourth quarter, right? Because that's been a big problem. Like, he just kind of disappears in the fourth quarter, but we got him the basketball. We were making a conscious effort to get AD those looks. And AD, got to credit him, he came and delivered. So I hope that what we saw today, as far as like the way that the Lakers approached this game, the way that the Lakers shared the basketball, moved the basketball, the way that they were getting AD the ball and actively making an effort to get AD the ball, even late in this game, down the stretch, all of those things, I really hope continue. Because this Lakers team is just a better team when AD's being aggressive, he's involved in the offense, right? Everything's clicking, we're moving the basketball, the ball's not sticking, ball's not being stagnant, and we're doing the things that we need to do as far as the game goes. Defensively, we picked it up in the second half, but especially that first half, there was like zero defense played. It was 71-70 at the end of the half. But I loved what we saw from these guys. A lot of guys really picked it up. Jackson Hayes picked it up huge. He was important for us. But anyway, let's go through the stats real quick for everybody. Kind of have a rundown of the players, and then I will answer all of your questions and super chats and all that stuff. So let's get into this. But yeah, so as far as players went, Lakers had 7 guys in double figures? 7? Yeah, 7 guys in double figures. That is what I love to see. More times than not, when we have these kind of guys in double figures, guess what? It leads to wins. Usually when we have 6, 7 guys in double figures, the Lakers are a better team, right? They also had 34 assists. I've talked about this. It's a point that I keep hitting on, right? Like, when the Lakers share and move the basketball and they get 25 to 30 assists, more times than not, they win those games. I got to look at the stats, but I can't think of a game this season where they've gotten like 30 assists and lost. Granted, there's only been like 3 or 4 games in which they've done that. But the Lakers are really good when they're divvying out and dishing out assists. So I loved seeing that by the Lakers as a team in general. But LeBron James was fantastic. 22 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. The turnovers, that's something that Lakers need to take care of. You had 9 turnovers again just between LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Those are your 2 stars. Those are the 2 guys that are going to get a bulk of the shots. They got to take care of the basketball. They were doubling and trying to hammer AD down inside, but got to take care of the basketball. Got to do a better job with that. And then also D'Angelo Russell. He cleaned it up towards the back half of the game, but he started off, and he's been one of the few guys that has taken care of the basketball this season. So I need to see us continue to do a better job of taking care of the basketball, but I'm not going to get too harped on that. LeBron did shoot the 3 ball terrible today. He did hit that big 3, which was good, but 1 of 9, right? Hopefully he can continue to shoot well like he has been this year. Anthony Davis, remarkable, 32 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. As I mentioned, the 5 turnovers. He's got to cut down on the turnovers. Max Christie was huge for us in the minutes that he played. Hit some big shots. He ended up with 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 of 4 from 3, 5 of 7 from the field. We need more of that. D'Lo, 10 points, 4 of 12 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. Not the best shooting wise, but he was solid. Not great, not bad. 5 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals. And then Austin Reeves, 15 points, 10 assists. He was wheeling. He was putting on a clinic earlier, like an absolute clinic. 5 rebounds, shot the ball well. And then Christian Wood, again, I've talked about it. We need him. He's got to continue to play well. I wish he would have gotten a little more minutes, a little more look, especially as well as he played. I've talked about that. Like, I think Darvin Ham needs to find better opportunity for him. But in the limited time that he played, he only played 16 minutes. He gave us 13 points as well as 3 rebounds. And then Jackson Hayes, just being that rim runner and lob threat, was massive with 10 points, 3 rebounds. I like that we stayed big. I like that we played big. Just a really solid game from the Lakers today. But dive into all your questions, super chats, all that stuff. Real quick, if you haven't liked the video, hit that like button. Got 163 of you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive into it. So, I just pictured saying, there you go, insert name here, having yourself a game, looking at the camera, and then realizing he isn't streaming. I know, I was like, I know this would have been a great game to stream, but like I said, I had to play dad today. So, great win, shorthanded, don't matter, don't care. Get the W. That's all that matters. Exactly. Next man up, step up. All right, guys are hurt. You saw Max Christie stepped up today. You saw Christian Wood step up today. Jackson Hayes stepped up today. It was great. It was great. I loved it. It's just, see, I don't like when LeBron's on, I don't mind him taking threes. It's just the timing at times. And when he's shooting 0 of 9, it's like, come on, dude. But we got the win. We got it. Yes, sir. Playing big without wing depth worked out in stretches, even against a big team. Yeah, it was. It worked out well. There were a couple moments there, here and there. Nice game of runs. Like you saw that. Like no one really got at. Yeah, I don't think there was a double-digit lead either way. Both teams had like 8-point leads, various, and it was just a real back and forth game. And these are the kind of games that I'm glad to see the Lakers pull out. Right on the road, you're going into their court, playing a good team, right? Like to have that up and flow game, and then to come out ahead with that kind of last push. I loved it. I love seeing that. Let's go Lakers. Yep. Great win. NBA needs to get rid of the hanging on the rim tech. It's exciting and doesn't hurt anyone. It's absurd to call a tech in that fourth on that. I agree with that. Like as long as it's not like excessive, but yeah, I don't understand what the big deal. I mean, now a lot of guys hold on to the rim. They've lightened up on it a little bit just because they've realized like people can get hurt, right? But I get that LeBron, he like lifted himself up and was kind of like a celebration type thing. But like again, like this is entertainment. This is exciting. Like this is, guys are emotional. Guys are in the moment. right? Like, I feel like the NBA wants everyone to kind of be a robot at times, right? Like, guys are getting texts for celebrating and being too in their feelings and emotional and stuff. It's like, come on, man, these guys are professional athletes that are going to war. Like, let these guys duke it out. Let these guys express themselves. It's frustrating. Max did a great job. Yep, he did. He really did. Great start on the road trip. Yes, I would. Like I said, I wanted at least 2-2, considering how poorly we've been on the road. Nice to start 1-0. I would ideally like a 3-1 on this 4-game road trip. But if we get, as long as we can get at least 1 or 2 more of these, that would be perfect. I want all 4 of them, of course, right? Win them all, right? But I understand it's hard to win 4 straight games on the road. But this would be a great stretch, man. If we go win 3 out of these next 4, we're playing good. I mean, look, we're 7 out of our last 9 games, right? Something like that. Like, that's good. We're starting to head in a positive direction. We're winning basketball games. It's what you want to see. That's how you want this Lakers team to progress, even through all the injuries, even through all the questions, right? Even through all the struggles and lack of energy and all that stuff. Like, that's why I really do believe still, and I've talked about it, I believe this Lakers team can win the championship. I don't think they're playing like a contender right now. I don't. But I look at how the Lakers have performed, even with all of their issues and all of the injuries and just everything, that all the sort of early turmoil that they've dealt with. And I look at that and I go, you know what? Like, this is a team that could win, right? Like, if they just put it together, guys get healthy. I really think we could be hoisting Larry O'Brien at the end of the year. Good win. Sorry, I was so mad last post-game stream. I'm pretty sure everyone was mad. Yeah, that was, yes, I'm with you. I was fuming that game. Just because it was another game that we just gave away. But, hey, we bounced back. We righted the ship. We didn't go on like a losing streak or nothing. Pink Lakers really needed this win, or not as do you think, I'm assuming do you think Lakers really needed this win? Absolutely. I mean, the Lakers have not been good on the road, right? They've been, by all accounts, a bad road team, right? So it's nice to, especially when you have your first game on the road, especially coming off of a loss, the way you came off of a loss, right? Like these types of games are the games that can kind of, tell you a lot about your team, right? Lakers should have won that Dallas game, blew it, right? Now they have a first game on the road, and they've been terrible on the road, having only 2 road wins, and one was against Portland in a play-in game, right? And it's like you're going into Cleveland. Cleveland's been good this year, right? It's like you need to get that win, and they did. So I absolutely think that this win was really needed. Absolutely. It's still early, but every win, I mean, to an extent, is really needed. First shorthanded road win against a decent team, with LeBron putting up a 1-3 quarter stinker with the refs against us. Yeah, this was a great team win. Excuse me. This wasn't a game that was too reliant on LeBron and his heroics or anything like that. Only got the tail end, but what I saw seemed pretty solid. Yeah, the Lakers were solid start to finish. The Lakers played a good game, right? Like, they were, like, every quarter, like, from start to finish, they played well. Towards the back half, or like tail end of the first quarter, I felt like, we got a little, allowed them to kind of get a little ahead of us when we should have been trying to weather the storm. But outside of that, I want them to take care of the basketball better. But I thought that this was a great game. Dude, the refs wanted to sell this game so badly. The refs did everything they could to sell this game. They really did. Nice win, Tyler. I'm happy with AD dominant against Allen. I hope he dominates also on Embiid next game. I do too. But again, it goes into the Lakers getting him the basketball. The Lakers made an actual effort to get him the basketball, even in the fourth quarter, right? And he delivered. I've talked about my frustrations with AD. I need AD to be more assertive, more aggressive, more demanding of the basketball, but he's not a perimeter player. It's also up to LeBron and Reeves and D'Lo and guys like that to go get him the basketball, right? Like, how many times have we seen him establish position and the Lakers just look off of him, right? Or they take some ill-advised shot or whatever, right? He's got established, get it to him, right? So the Lakers made that conscious effort, and AD delivered, right? So it's not just solely on AD. You know, we're also quick to blame AD. You know, even myself at times I get frustrated with AD, but you know, he needs to be set up, right? So get him the basketball. And I thought the Lakers did a good job of that today. Also, AD going off and taking up the slack for LeBron, not shooting well. Great job. Exactly. Good win. Yep, I'm right there with you. Refs try to give the Cavs the win, and LeBron with them threes again. Yeah, dude. When the ref overturned that call, man, I wish I was on a live stream. You guys would have seen me screaming. I was so mad. I was like, "There's no way you over." How many times does the guy have to get hit? He got hit 10 different ways. Like, it was ridiculous. The refs were on the Cavs side, without a doubt. We always win, yo. I love it, Daniel. I love it. I don't want to hear anything but the Lakers played big. AD and Hayes need to start with the three big rotation with Wood. Enough is enough. You can't play AD, Wood, and Hayes against every team, right? They have like Mobley and guys like that, so you can work at times, right? Like, I see so many people say like, "Oh, the Lakers in their small ball." Lakers in their small ball. What are you talking about? Like, we don't have small ball. We don't have itty guys that, like, even our guards are all 6'5", right? Every team in the league plays. Like, how many teams are running 3 7-footers? You know, Utah's terrible, right? Because they have Markkanen at the 3 spot. No, like, you also, a lot of people I see don't seem to realize that LeBron James has to play the 4 at this stage of his career. So many people are like, we need AD to play the 4. Why doesn't Darvin Ham play AD at the 4? Why is Hayes not starting? Why isn't Wood starting? It's because LeBron has to start at the 4. LeBron has talked about it. The Lakers have talked about it. Announcers have talked about it, right? Like, again, LeBron has to play the 4. You know, that's what it is, right? He's not 27 anymore where he can chase around all these perimeter guys. He can do it in spots. We saw, possession in this game where he was chasing around Donovan Mitchell and got the ball out of his hands. Doing a great job, was, denying the entry pass. He can do that in spots, but to ask him to do that for the entirety of a game is ridiculous. So, no, Anthony Davis plays the 5 and starts at the 5 because LeBron James is at the 4, because we have to play LeBron at the 4. That's why. I don't think Evan fouled LeBron, but Garlow definitely hit his leg. He wraps him around the back. You can see in the replay, he has his outside arm and tucked in, right? You can literally see his fingers coming through on the outside arm, and then swats down at the ball, right? He makes contact with the basketball, but the initial contact was around the back and on the inside arm. That's what I kept screaming at on the replay. Let's see. Don't forget to hit that like button. That is right. And let Tyler know how much you hate his fit game. Hey, I'm not just wearing a black shirt. Is that even a fit game? Just wearing a shirt. But yeah, hit that like button. The overturn was crazy. Mobley hit him on the back shoulder before he even touched the ball. A great win, though. Anyways, yeah, that was driving me crazy. 3 fouls on LeBron in 1 possession and still managed to get overturned. Only by LeBron. It's crazy. Tyler, I wanted to say whether the Storm, LeBron had in this game, but I am happy we won this. Was close, but 7 players scored at 10 points plus. So glad it made up for an off night from LeBron. Yes, and this was the point of this team, right? So we didn't have to rely on LeBron to go get us 40 for us to win a 1-point game or for us to even lose that game, whatever, right? Like, this team with their depth and their talent was for reasons like this, right? You have multiple injuries. You still have enough talent and enough guys to weather the storm. You have, all of this just LeBron having a bad game, or LeBron just doesn't have it tonight, right? Missing layups even, right? He didn't seem to have that lift today that he's had the last few games, right? Like, these are the games that it's like, this is why you have the team you have. This is why you have the depth that you have. So it was really nice to see that from this team, from this roster. But he did step up. Yeah, he stepped up big time. But again, it goes into just him getting the basketball. Lakers making a conscious effort to get him the basketball. As soon as LeBron took that three, I thought the same as last game was going to happen. I was concerned about that too. Believe me, believe me. It's the selection, right? Like situational awareness. Reeves was tolerable, but still rebound hunted, and when he was spotless without LeBron, I fed Hayes and AD. Yeah. I thought Reeves did a much better job today than he has been lately, even in the facilitating role, right? I thought he did a much better job than he has. He hasn't been great as like a playmaker. He can find the open man. That's not the same thing as actually making plays for others. I thought he did a much better job of that this game, though. Let's see. Salute, Tyler. What's going on, Marcus? Appreciate you being here. Man, Tyler Max Christie was playing good this game. Wow, yeah, he played great this game. I was really glad he stepped up. Let's see. LeBron was making some large defensive stops. He was getting after it. He was, like I said, he had that one sequence against Donovan Mitchell. It was great to see him denying the pass, and then even when Donovan ended up getting the ball, he was able to get the ball out of his hands. Ran some great defensive stops, and then he had that one swipe on Evan Mobley, and got the ball off his leg. He did. He had some great sequences. Y'all hate Hayes, you and Lakers Nate. How do I hate Hayes? He was one of the people I highlighted in this game. What are you talking about? Are you not listening? D'Lo was killing me at last. Yeah, I mean, some of this shot selection I thought was poor. I mean, those are the shots that he takes. The turnovers early were driving me crazy. But I thought he kind of did a good job of correcting it and righting the ship in that regard. To see his development. I'm with you on Penny. He really did step up. Weird calls from refs on delay and Hanning Tech felt the refs try to give this game to the Cavs. The refs absolutely tried to give this game to the Cavs, which was it was frustrating. It really was. Max did look great. I loved it. Christie stepped up. Yep. This is the problem with D'Lo. Some of his errors and turnovers are like Westbrook. Such momentum changing L's. Yeah, he's done a good job though this year of taking care of the basketball. He really has. Like, I mean, I've highlighted it a lot, right? Like you'll see everybody will have like 5 turnovers and D'Lo will have like 1, right? It's just this was rough. This was rough by him. But he does have very untimely turnovers too. Let's see. Purple and gold won despite it being turnover city. We got to tighten up. Ham needs to emphasize ball control. Yeah, got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. That was one of my things. And like I said, I mean, LeBron's got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball, and so does AD. Right? Your 2 stars had half of your turnovers again, and that's been a trend this year. They got to take care of the basketball. A lot of it is just like lazy passes. Right? LeBron had a turnover that was just, I mean, there was no other excuse but laziness. He just kind of like lobbed it, and the guy just came over and took it and was running the other way. Right? Got to do better passes. Right? Like gotta stop these like weird angle, straight angle passes. Right? There's understand the angles. Understand where the defender is. They'll throw the ball over to the shoulder. That way he can catch the ball, throw it high, whatever. Right? Like these lazy passes that we're seeing a lot of guys just make is just got to be better. Got to be better. Also chipped in 13 points. Wood had himself a good game. Christie shined. AD was dominant. Reeves sacrificed his body for anything to help the Lakers. Kudos to him. Yeah, this was just great team win. Seriously. D'Lo is not motivated. I don't like that. I don't think it's that. I mean, he didn't have a terrible game. He was sloppy early, corrected it. I didn't think he was good. He's nothing. Wasn't anything to like write about. It wasn't anything to like, oh, he was great or anything like that. But I don't think he was terrible. Let's see. I love when Ham is forced to play big, guys. I mean, he's played big lineups all season. Maybe not as much as everyone else, but D'Lo to Levine. I mean, it's very possible that could happen. Anytime y'all talk about Hayes, you literally talk about him for 1 second and keep it moving. What the hell is this conspiracy? What am I supposed to talk about Hayes for 20 minutes? I mean, the guy played good. He was high energy. He got rebounds, 3, and he was a lob threat. I mean, it's not like he was out here launching threes and cooking folks and crossing dudes up. I mean, like, what do you want me to talk about? Like, he played well. He was a lob threat all game long and played great in that regard. Guys were finding him, right? Like, how? Like, what would you talk about, right? Like, he was getting cooked defensively. Like, okay, so do you want me to start diving into him and talk about the good and the bad? Because there was still a lot of bad from him because he's still young and inexperienced. Like, I gave him credit. Like, how long am I supposed to dwell on him? Right? He's not some key focal point. He's not some guy that's going to get 40 minutes a game. Like, he's in there to be high energy in small doses. And when he has games like this, it's great. You know, there's no conspiracy. It's just where he is in the pecking order and the type of player he is. D'Lo knows he's getting traded. I think some of the turnovers genuinely unacceptable. Some of the turnovers are unacceptable. I mean, I'm sure he is aware of the situation. Braun was doing that selfish stat padding, ball holding, wasted shot clock, not generating any style of offense today, shaking my head. Yeah, I mean, when it's working, it's working. But I didn't think he had a rough game. This is what happens when AD plays hard and not being lazy. But this is also what happens when the team actively gets AD the basketball, right? Like, look, I've gotten after AD. AD needs to be more assertive, needs to be more aggressive, needs to do the things that he needs to do, right? But he's not a perimeter guy. He's not a guy bringing the basketball up. He's not the guy, that's handling the ball heavily. Like, he needs to be set up. That's on LeBron. That's on D'Lo. That's on Austin Reeves to get him and find him the basketball. It is on AD, though, to assert himself and be aggressive and demand the basketball and all that stuff. So it goes both ways. But weird ending in the last 2 minutes. Hanging on tech delay. Yeah, I mean, it was great. It was ridiculous. Let's see. Cut it out. About D'Lo, dude is averaging 18 a game. 6 assists. Players have bad games. Yeah, like I said, I didn't think he had a terrible game. It wasn't anything to write about. Big time win. I love it. AD feasting. Yep. Couldn't shoot for his life from 3, 1 of 9. Not good at all. Yeah, that was rough. But he shot well this year, so I don't want to get too much on him with that regard. But yeah, he needs to again. It's situational awareness, right? Like I said, LeBron. He had a rough game shooting the basketball, but he did do a lot of big things, a lot of important stuff. He had some huge defensive plays, as we mentioned, hit some big shots for the Lakers. That 3 that he did make was big and impactful. I mean, LeBron is still LeBron. He still did his things. But, I've talked about this heavily. When LeBron is 7 of 9 from 3, sure, take the shot. Again, situational awareness. Maybe not so much in that Mavs game where he took that shot, but when he's in the zone and he's hitting those shots, I don't mind if he takes 9 of them. But when he's 0 of 6 and he just keeps shooting, we saw it last year. The guy will literally shoot us out of a game, right? Like, that's where I get frustrated with his shot selection. A win in Philly would be huge. That would be fantastic. What's going on, Gideon? Salute. I think the game proves we are offensively a competitive team, and once your defense core is healthy and playing, will be really hard to beat. Defense was mad today, but was scored enough. Yeah, I don't think our offense is going to be an issue at all this season. I've talked about how even before the season began, I thought the Lakers would be anywhere from top 5 to top 10 offensively. I mean, they were 7th last year, and this team is better this year than they were last year. So I think the Lakers will be a good offensive team this year. Defensively, they're struggling, but you're literally missing 3 of your top 4 defensive guys. So, I mean, it's hard to know how good this team can be defensively when you're literally like your entire defensive lineup, right? So it's hard. Also, as we saw last year, how much of an impact defensively Jared Vanderbilt makes. We went from middle of the pack defensively to trading for Jared Vanderbilt to all of a sudden being the best defensive team in the league. I imagine that has the same effect. And then if Cam Reddish can continue to be good defensively like he has, I think the Lakers are going to be in good shape. I think the Lakers will be good defensively. Yeah, Max Christie looked fantastic today. LeBron played trash. He was not fantastic. He wasn't trash. Look, I have no issues criticizing LeBron James. Go watch the last live stream that we did. I went on like a 10-minute rant about LeBron James. I am the first person to talk poorly about LeBron. Wasn't trash this game. LeBron was not great. He had some poor shooting moments, but he had some big defensive sequences. The guy had some big plays and some big moments. He was very important to this game. He was fantastic. He wasn't typical control, dominate LeBron. He was fine. He wasn't trash. That's just pure hate. Like, come on. If you want to say he played poorly or he played bad, sure. But trash, come on. Prince and Christie played some really good defense on Spida. Even D'Lo was trying to harass Craig Porter and Strus. The rebounding was okay, but the ball movement looked better. Yeah. Just got to, again, it's energy, it's effort. It's tracking down the basketball. It's staying in front of defensive guys. It's doing the little things that are necessary to win basketball games. The Lakers did that and we won. LeBron shaving points. LeBron isn't a 39% three-point shooter, more like a 35%. So he was due for a rough night from three. At least it comes in a winning night. Yeah, at least it came out a winning night. I mean, LeBron's always been a streaky guy. Like, LeBron's usually like 36% on the season, but he'll have stretches where he shoots, 40 to 50% from three, and it's like he's just lights out. And then he'll have like a 10-game stretch where he's 1 of 9, and it's like, and then at the end of the year, it all just kind of balances out to 36%. But I'm just hoping he's more consistent, right? And better awareness this year. Because last year, there was so many games where he would shoot us out of games. Like, we'd have a lead and he'd just take like 3 straight threes. And it's like, dude, you're 0 of 7. Like, stop shooting threes, dude. We held D. Mitch to 4 of 18 shooting. Sure. The fouls covered that up, but great job by Max and Prince for getting him issues. Yeah, excellent job. Dude, it was so frustrating. Like, especially early on, the refs did a better job, like, later in the game. But early on, dude, every time Donovan Mitchell shot it, he either made it or it was a foul call. Like, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Like, Hayes got that foul call, and he literally was – how much more straight up could he go? He didn't even put the arms over nothing. He was literally straight up vertically in the air. And they called a foul on him. Hayes plays way better. Wood was fantastic. Wood was very good. Hayes is just the energy guy. He's just the guy that comes in, brings a lot of energy, and hustle. He's basically our modern JaVale McGee. Consolidated shot a little bit, 38 to 41%. Yeah, I'm hoping he can be around like 37 to 38% this year, like consistently. That's my hope. But we'll see. Time will tell. Lakers, gotta love it. This is the reason Lakers got their depth. Exactly. Let's see. When is Vando coming back? We have no official date. It's probably – don't expect him anytime this month. We'll probably finish the month. Hopefully it'll be early December. But chances are we probably aren't getting him back this time. Darvin Ham said that he's starting to work on like 2-on-2 drills, 3-on-3 drills, and he's slowly progressing. But they're being cautious with him, which makes sense. We need him. Embiid has 21 free throws against the Thunder. Probably have 21 against the Lakers too. But we'll see. Would you consider this Lakers' biggest win of the season thus far? It's the biggest road win of the season thus far. I think I like this one better than even the Suns one. I wouldn't say the biggest win. It's probably top 5 just because like this is the first like commanding like road win that the Lakers have had. And the Lakers didn't have to make some like miracle comeback or anything like that. And it wasn't an in-season tournament game. I mean, you could make the argument, but no, like I'd put it up. I'd put it up there. Like I said, top 3, top 5, which to be fair, we're only like what 15 games in or whatever, 16 games in. Wood can't get you any hustle plays and points like Hayes. I mean, Hayes points are all setup plays though. Wood you can just give the ball to and he'll go get you a bucket. Like that's the difference. Like Hayes is energy. Hayes is a lob threat. He's just that athleticism. Let's see. Clippers was the biggest. Yeah, I definitely put that up there. I mean, we broke the Clippers, so yeah, it's definitely up there. Great win for the Lakers despite injuries and sloppy play at times. The Lakers paid huge dividends. Exactly, beautifully put, Keith. Shorthanded, no problem. Let's go Lakers. I love it. I love it. Let's go. I'm with you, Jack. Let's get it. Gotta keep winning it. Entertaining game it was, definitely. Yeah, Hayes was important in this game, definitely. I'm sure AD took last game personally. Hopefully he keeps doing that. Right? Darius Garland and D Mitch fourth quarter stinker and him shot chucking randomly too. Well, didn't Darius Garland wasn't even in the game. He ended up missing the game. That's why they were running Porter. It was Porter that was shot chucking. LeBron had an off night, but it was okay. Yeah, he had an off night. He wasn't, like I said, he wasn't like trash. Like somebody said earlier, he wasn't trash. He was rough, but he had a good game. He was fine. Shooting the bat. There's more to the game of basketball than just shooting. There's more to the game of basketball than him going and giving us 40. Right? He still did a lot of impactful, important things this game. The only thing that bothers me is just like the laziness at times. Like I said, some of his like passes that led to turnovers were just late. It's because they were just lazy passes, or him just situational awareness as far as like just shooting threes. We have the showdown of the century. The battle. 4 guys out, and he calls the roster weak. Left exactly. Can't make stuff up. They're from Mexico, bro. May start a Laker group here. We need it. Max is growing. Awesome. Yeah. Well, shout outs to Mexico, definitely. And yeah, hey, definitely start it. If you can, start a Laker group. Why not? Let's see. Lakers can't win because their content creator can't grow full facial hair. Thank you, Blake. Thank you for always keeping me on my toes, keeping me modest. 80% of the NBA has no point of attack defender. Defense is not common in the NBA yet. And we have all of ours out. Sorry, trying to find something. AD did most of the scoring in the fourth, his natural position. At the 4, his natural position. He did, especially we were playing big a lot. Like I said, though, it's not – Lakers don't play AD at the 5 solely because they just want to play him at the 5. They play him at the 5 because LeBron has to play the 4. Again, LeBron in spot for the fourth quarter, you can get away with it. But even then, they had to move him back to the 4 at some point. You start wearing him down. You start getting him tired, right? In the 2020, like everyone talks about the 2020 season, and, you know, LeBron, oh, we did that. But 1, the Lakers had a huge break in between, for 1. And 2, LeBron was also 4 years younger. So it's like, it's a different time. Like LeBron has to play the 4. Otherwise, Darvin Ham probably would play more of Hayes and AD or Wood and AD. Let's see what else. Halliburton is ridiculous. Is it just me, or did Reeves outplay LeBron tonight and outplay AD the game before? Hey, I'm hoping Reeves starts getting back into stride. He's looking the part. He's definitely starting to get back into the flow, and we need it. We need it badly. Tyler, watch the game with the pop up. Are you talking about the kids? The kids, yeah, they were in here for most of it. The fourth quarter, I got them all set up and started getting everything ready to do the stream. But yeah, they were in here watching it with Papa for a little bit. Papa. Braun doesn't have to start at the 4. It's not like his ass plays man-to-man defense for real anyways. He just plays lanes correctly. He does have to start at the 4. I mean, he's talked about it. Again, this is commonality. This is not, I'm not saying some revolutionary thing here. I'm not making up excuses. Like, it's literally been talked about heavily by not even just me, by all of them. Darvin Ham even talked about it in the offseason. Right? Like that, they want to play AD more at the 4, but he said, I have to play LeBron at the 4. It's LeBron wants to play the 4. He doesn't want to have to play the 3 and chase around all these young guys. Again, like, we might not like it. You might hate it. You might whatever, but it's the reality. It's the reality. You know, whether we like it or not, we're not LeBron James. You know, so let's see. There's the showdown. Sorry, trying to get stuff to me. I love when Tyler gets into Ricky Bobby made with sign language. If you're not first, you last, Ricky Bobby. We needed this one, Tyler. I am with you. Cornell, we needed this one badly. This was a huge win for us. Huge win for us. LeBron won't be playing as many minutes when everyone is back. I don't think so either, and I hope not. All right, he's playing heavy minutes. But I think once everyone's back, once everyone's like starting to get in a rhythm, starting to get into the flow of things, and things are kind of getting back to a more natural state for the Lakers, I think it'll be good. Let's see. It's a strong possibility we can hoist the Larry O'Brien trophy. We have the deepest roster on paper, legit 12 good players who can positively contribute to winning basketball. I absolutely believe we can. Right? I mean, we've seen the signs. They're not playing championship basketball right now. They're not. But that doesn't mean that when everyone's healthy, everything gets together, they can't. They absolutely can. We've seen them do it for quarters, stretches. I mean, LeBron's like leading the league in fourth quarter scoring. So we have the closing. Reeves is up there too. So we got like the closing down. Defensively in the fourth quarter, we've been one of the better teams. We've been, I believe, the best team now in the fourth quarter thus far this season, or top 3 or whatever, right? Like, all the things that you need are there. It's just, can we put it all together chemistry-wise? How do we look when everyone's healthy? How do we look when we have our defensive guys? Right? So, yeah, Sixers are going to be tough. One bad game from D'Lo, but he's going to recover. Yeah, I think D'Lo will be fine. Like I said, he cleaned it up towards the back half of the game. He started a lot worse than he finished. Max Christie's a go time to trade him. Start the rebuild. D'Lo clears CPO this year. D'Lo, like I said, D'Lo's been solid this year. AR's been really sloppy with the ball. He had a good game tonight. Yeah, he had a very good game tonight, and he was putting together a clinic earlier. But he has really he's really had a tough go at just making plays for others, right? Like, again, he can hit the open man. He can find the open guy. There's a big difference between that and actually making plays, running the offense, orchestrating the offense, things like that. LaVine is too ball dominant. That's the only issue. Maybe D'Lo for DeRozan is more appropriate. Maybe we get Caruso while we're at it. Yeah, I personally want DeMar over LaVine, but he's his Ty's daddy. He won't say nice things. Nice win. Yep. Great win. Great win. D'Lo averaged 1 turnover a game, and he's getting called out due to outplaying his $17 million contract. He'll get paid once he leaves the Lakers. I've stuck up for D'Lo a lot. I think D'Lo's been fine this year. Now, can we give Darvin Ham credit for a win? When Lakers lose, people blame Darvin. I've talked about this repeatedly. Right? When Lakers lose, it's all Ham. Lakers win. It has nothing to do with them. I'm going to start keeping track of Lakers' record when Tyler can't make it to watch alone. I'm pretty sure they are 2-0 so far. This man has the Lakers. No! The first watch along that I missed, the Lakers got smacked. They lost by like 30. And so I was like, oh, I'm glad I missed that game. I think that was the first Rockets game? I don't know, it was one of those games. First watch along that I missed. Lakers got smacked up on. So, yeah. So, no, we're not 2-0. I think it's like 2-1 because I think I've missed 3, counting this one. So, let's see. Sorry, trying to find something to me real quick. I swear once we play, we'll be way better. Gabe has barely played. We're still missing Vando and Rui also. Where do you think we'll end up standing-wise? It's a bloodbath from 1 through 6. So, look, I'm with you. I think once everybody's healthy, I think once everything's good, once we start getting into our flow, I think the Lakers will be much better. I still think the Lakers anywhere from like 3 to 5 range. I said that even going into the season. As great as I think this team is, as much as I like this team, I just don't think that they're going to be trying to kill themselves for seeding. Right? You know, LeBron and AD are going to both miss probably 20 games this year. They can't miss 20 because they got to play at least 65, but they'll probably miss as close to 65 as possible. So let me rephrase that. But they're going to probably miss some games, obviously with the injuries and stuff like that. I think if we get towards the end of the season and it's like we're like 3 games away, like I think the Lakers will prioritize keeping everybody healthy going into the playoffs. So I think to like give an example, like let's say the Lakers are like they're locked into the 3 spot, but they're like 2 games out of first, right? Like I think the Lakers will look at it as like if we win and we get first, cool. If not, then no big deal. We'll just stay in the 3rd spot, and they'll like just manage guys accordingly, cut everyone's minutes down, things like that. So I don't think that they'll look at it and go, oh, we have to get the 1 seed or we have to get the 2 seed or something like that. So let's play LeBron 40 minutes these last 3 games if they already have, the 3 or 4 seed or something like that locked up. We stay competitive, and while the defense struggled, leave it to the 4th quarter, strap up, and win the game. Yep, love it. Absolutely love it. These are the kind of games that I love. Can we sign players? We technically have 1 roster spot, but no, they're not going to sign anybody. At least not yet. They'll sign somebody going into the playoffs. Sorry, trying to find something to me. The main reason we got Prince because of his shooting, but the Lakers curse got him too. He hasn't been able to shoot the way that we need him to. I agree. It kills me, but the good thing about Prince though is he does other things besides shoot, which is good. Like Malik Beasley, for example, when he wasn't shooting, he was literally unplayable. At least Prince isn't unplayable, right? He still makes good plays. He still hustles. He plays defense, right? He doesn't settle when he doesn't have a shot going. You'll see him be aggressive and attack the rim and stuff. Like those kind of things are great. Bron haters are always on some level of delusion. Any other star gives you 20 and makes some important defensive plays. If this was Kawhi Westbrook, they would be getting cocked. Yeah. Like, that's why I didn't, like, the whole LeBron was trash comment earlier, like that was just so silly to me. Like, again, he didn't have a great game. Like he was rough, but he still had and made some fantastic plays. He was fantastic, right? There's because the problem is most people only want to see the scoring and the efficiency scoring wise. They're not taking into account, or they're just looking at the box scores or whatever. They're not taking into account that Evan Mobley strip, or the Donovan Mitchell defensive stop. They're not taking into account all of those things. They're not looking at all those things. They're just looking at it and go, oh, LeBron didn't score 50 in 2020. Like what are we doing here? But yeah, I'm with you. Christian, coming in help the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. This is my last super chat because of the blatant Hayes disrespect, but keep Prince in the starting lineup with Vando for the shooting. Christian, first off, thank you so much. Hayes disrespect? What Hayes disrespect? I haven't disrespected Hayes. He was the first person I talked about. What are you talking about? Literally, he was the first person I talked about and mentioned about how Hayes was doing good. But then somebody was like, oh, you only talked to him for 1 second. I was like, what am I, how much do you want me to talk about him for? Like, how much am I supposed to talk about Hayes? Right? Like, he was great tonight. Gave energy, hustled, was a lob threat. But he's not like some superstar. He's not a guy that's going to go and you can dump the ball down to and he's just going to go to work, or he's going to, cross some dude up and give you some crazy plays. No, he's JaVale McGee. He's a modern JaVale McGee. He really is. But yeah, I don't know why that one guy earlier was just like, oh, why don't you talk about Hayes more? Like, I did. I talked about Hayes. But yeah, it was hilarious. Oh no, Christian, I you and me are familiar enough. I know you were just joking. I appreciate the other super chat. You didn't have to. You didn't have to. I knew you were messing. I know you were messing with me. Like I said, I have a pretty good understanding of who's who in this community. I thought the thing was funny too. I was like, what do you want me to talk? Like, what am I supposed to say about the guy? Like, I was getting dragged for not talking about Hayes enough. It was like, what are we talking about here? But no, Christian, like I said, I know you well enough. I know that you're just messing with me. But like I said, I have a good understanding of who's just teasing me and who's being serious. But yeah, as far as the Prince in the starting lineup with Vando for the 3-point shooting threat, my problem is that like Prince isn't knocking down the 3 ball consistently. Like if he was, absolutely. Sorry, excuse me. Sprite got all bubbly. But my issue is if Prince is going to continue to struggle shooting the 3-ball, then you might as well go with Reddish, because then at least to start games, you're locked down defensively. You got Reddish, you got Vando, and you got Anthony Davis, right? So my thinking is like just lean into the athleticism, lean in to the defense. You got good size now in the starting lineup, right? You have Vando and Prince, or Vando and Reddish, who can now patrol and match up against the 2 best players on the other team. AD's patrolling the interior, right? Like my thought process is like, if we're still going to struggle scoring, especially with Prince shooting the ball, then I'd rather just lean in heavily defensively, and then whatever shooting Reddish and Vando provide, which hopefully is around league average, I just think will be better to start games, and then you just change accordingly, right? So it's like, okay, like we're not scoring enough, right? So it's like, let's change that out. Granted, if we did end up trading for DeMar or Levine, I think that Cam Reddish and Jared Vanderbilt would be even a bigger argument, just because now you have enough consistent scoring between LeBron, DeMar, or Levine, and Anthony Davis, where D'Lo at times can be inconsistent, especially to start games. So it's I don't know. It's something interesting. But again, thank you so much for the 2 super chats. You're awesome. I really appreciate that. And yeah, Hayes is great, right? Like he's done everything we need him to do, right? But like again, I don't know, like how much more am I supposed to gas this dude up? Like I thought I did a pretty good job, but apparently somebody thought I did it. Anyway, good team win. Agreed. That was a great team win. I love it. I love seeing it. Needs to stop pulling MJ's when he's shot. Don't fall. That's my only like real problem. It's my only like real gripe, right? Like he's got to take threes. I've defended him taking threes. I've just been critical of the late game threes, right? Again, situational awareness. You're up two with like 2 minutes left. Let's not jack up threes because you go get another two, it's still a 2 point game, right? Like that's my only thing. But yeah. AD needs to be the 4 and 5 interchangeably. Yeah, Darvin Ham has played AD at the 4 at times. It's hard because how do you find Rui minutes? Because Rui can't play the 3. Because he can't defend guys out on the perimeter. He doesn't have the lateral quickness. So like the problem is everybody wants X, Y, and Z player to get more playing time, but there's only so many minutes in so many positions, and you can't play that many guys. Like you can't play Rui at like the 2. Like Cam Reddish, he can get more minutes because you can put him at the 2 guard. You can put him at the 3 guard. You can put him at the 4 guard, right? Rui, he's kind of limited to the 4 spot, and then if we go small ball, he's limited at the 5. Right? You can play him in some, depending on the matchup at the 3, but it's hard. So if LeBron's playing 36 minutes, right, there's only 12 minutes left at the 4. So it's like, how many minutes can you play AD at the 4? Right? That's why you see AD, he only plays like a handful of minutes at the 4 spot because it's like LeBron's going to play 34 to 36 minutes. So you're limited, right? So it's just, that's the problem. It's hard. Let's see. Lakers in 5. I'm with it. Bron plays more team ball than anyone else. Yeah. That's what he's always been good about. No, I meant your dad. Oh. I don't know. I haven't talked to my dad today. So, yeah. Still got ways to go with this team. We have to beat Philly. We need a good win to prove it win. I thought this was that. I thought this was a very good win. Now, obviously, I'd like a Philly win, stuff like that, but I did think that this was a good win. Obviously, we beat Philly. It's just they're a better team, so it'd be a better win. Definitely on the road. So I'd love it. I would. I want it. Austin Ginobili Reeves is turning into a jack of all trades player except defense. Yeah. I don't know why he's been so poor defensively. Like he's not great, but he's been like serviceable. He hasn't even been serviceable this year. Nice haircut. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Someone should throw these refs on and tell them to go swinging forward. The dunk techs are absurd, dude. That overturned call was ridiculous. I mean, even the commentators are like, "What? It's crazy." Tyler said, "Give me the Goku," and brother said, "Say no more," and the barber said, "Say no more, fam." Yeah. Well, no, it's only like spiky right now because it's not quite loud enough to slick back to where it looks good. So instead of going back, it's up right now. But yeah. But Reeves is a better defender than Poole. Yeah. Everyone is apparently better than Poole now. Poole went to his own team and became a living meme. You can tell people don't watch games from the beginning to end. I definitely not the season from the beginning to end. Agreed. You can. You can tell by the comments and stuff. I'm scared the 1 through 5 bloodbath standings. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It really is. Let's see. Sorry, trying to find something to me real quick. For LaMelo, they're not going to trade LaMelo. LaMelo's like that their entire franchise. I don't even know if I'd want LaMelo, to be honest. I swear Type hates Malik Beasley joke. I think Tyrese meant for Dwight Howard to touch. It's the Tyrese. LeBron. Tyler hates Hayes. That's the new campaign. Hashtag Tyler hates Hayes. A modern JaVale. Good win for the Lakers. Prince is probably my only problem now as individual players go. Yeah, he just got to hit shots, man. We need him to hit the open shot. He started the game off nice. Let's see. Team versus KCP starter on championship team. Kuzma going for 22 points per game, first option. Monk, 6th man of the year. Surprise Tyler drinking spicy water. Sprite. We are currently tied with Sacktown for 6th seed and half a game out of the 4th spot. We are in the thick of things and stacking wins. Got to stay on the gas, push through. I am with you. Tyler, whose podcast you watching? Gilbert and Co., Paul George, or Triple J? I don't really watch any of them regularly. But I have watched a little bit of all of them. Usually it's like, it's not really their podcast. It's more of like their like clips. Like if there's something that's like interesting, then I'm like, oh, this may be good to know or good to like kind of have an understanding of. I'll usually do that. Yeah, no, I said go be dad. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's where it was. I was like, very confused right now, but we all are. Someone say something nice about LeBron 5 times to make Tyrese reappear. Just play LeBron as a shooting guard. See how you can shoot threes. Do people think Poole is just a bad player because Kevin Garnett has been talking too much trash? No, I just think it's his play. He's been awful. He's been tough. Do I have to put an extra body on Jokic? Drummond on Jokic. Yeah, I think if you go make the Chicago trade, go get Andre Drummond, gives you another able body to throw at him. But anyway, I got to the end of the chat. I want to make a couple videos. I want to try to get like a late night video up for the Lakers. So anyway, thank you all so very much for hanging out with me. Christian, thank you so much for the super chats. I really appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Everybody, thank you for hanging out. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed on your way out, you guys are beautiful. Great win. Now, let's go get this. What is it? Philly win? Let's do it. Let's knock it out. But anyway, you guys are perfect. Thank you